Good evening, committee chair and committee members. My name is Jan Hauser. I am the wastewater division manager. Today to request for your consideration an increase in some existing consulting contracts for the wastewater. Specifically, the recommendation is that the Public Works and Transportation Committee recommend that the City Council approve and authorize the mayor to execute a First Amendment for the following wastewater and recycled water treatment process support consultant services. 1, Agreement A-8283 with Dudek in the amount of $300,000 for a new not to exceed amount of $400,000. 2, Agreement A-8285 with GHD Incorporated in the amount of $300,000 for a new not to exceed amount of $400,000. 3, Agreement A-8287 with Kennedy Jenks Consultants in the amount of $300,000 for a new not to exceed amount of $475,000. And Agreement A-8289 with Carollo Engineers in the amount of $300,000 for a new not to exceed amount of $475,000. So as I think we all know, the city of Oxnard owns a wastewater treatment plant, which has a design capacity of 31.7 million gallons per day. It's a fairly complex operation. The treatment consists of a number of what we call unit processes, including preliminary and primary treatment, secondary treatment, chlorination, dechlorination, and ocean discharge, among many other processes at the plant. We also own the advanced water purification facility, which can produce up to 6.25 million gallons of water per day of highly purified recycled water. The AWPF is also a fairly complex operation, includes microfiltration, reverse osmosis, and advanced oxidation treatment. Okay, on February 16th of 2021 and March 16th of 2021, so approximately 1 year ago, the City Council approved the following 4 agreements for on-call wastewater and recycled water process support. So since that time, this has been incredibly useful and helpful. These have been very useful contracts for us. We've used all 4 consultants for a number of things that are shown here in this table. So we've done a flow meter evaluation at the wastewater treatment plant. We've completed a structural evaluation of a solids thickener at the plant. We have used Carollo for help with regulatory compliance. We've started to do underground utility mapping. We are optimizing our new treatment facility called Chemically Enhanced Primary Treatment, which was just put in about a year ago, went online about a year ago. We've looked at backup power for one of our main pumps. That evaluation has been completed. We're doing a planning study to expand our existing maintenance building. And we are in the process of developing site-specific limits for our existing industrial users. So through these projects, we've used up most of the existing contracted amounts on each one of the contracts. So we see a continuing need for these services, and so we are asking for additional amounts to be added to their contracts to complete studies, evaluations, technical guidance, consultation, and other things that may be required. So I'm just going to show you a few pictures now of the facilities that they work on. So this is our chemically enhanced primary treatment facility. It went online, like I said, about a year ago. There have been challenges with making it work properly, so we have a consultant on board, one of our consultants, GHD, to help us optimize this facility. This is to improve our treatment process. This is the solids, primary solids thickener that we had a structural analysis done on. This facility was built in 1955, and we're about to put it back in service, but we wanted to make sure it was structurally sound. That has been completed, and we should be putting this back in service in the next month or so. We have undertaken a fairly substantial task to create a master underground map for the facility. In AutoCAD, we are nearing the completion of that project. So power is critical to our ongoing operation, including emergency power and backup power. And so these are two previous generators that we've installed at the facility to power our interstage pump stations. We are doing something similar to backup power for our final effluent pump. This is our maintenance building. It was built in 1978. Staff has been increased by more than 2 times since that time, and they are out of space. They need additional space. So we are having a study done to see if we can expand this facility in the future. So the financial impact, the total amount of each agreement shall not exceed the amounts listed below. Through the term of February 17th, 2024, which is in their original contracts. That is not changing. So each project is done through a task order that we plan for every year in the budgeting process. That completes my presentation. I'd be happy to answer any questions. Thank you for your time.